Yo, what's up, guys? Cast Blast back with some more Clash Royale content, and we just took down the Grand Challenge 12 wins. There you go. There's the cards we got from it. So I want to take a look through these replays and, show you guys a little pointers, how to defend, how to use this deck. So we're going to start off here on win 2, and we're just going to go over a bunch of the attacks real quick, kind of as fast as we can. Try to burn through them and get as many replays as we can in. So remember, I just made this deck last week and I showed you. So the RG comes down. Of course, I want to get my Mega Barbs or my Elite Barbs on them. And then there was my mistake. I like to run either the Ice Golem in front of my Hog, or have that zap ready in case that happens. And it did. So I'm still kind of figuring out this deck fully. Right there, throwing the Ice Golem up in front to block. Clutch move always. And then I was able to actually get my Hog in and protect those archers and take care of any skellies that pop up. So when the RG steps forward, you want to place that Mega Mana right on top of them, get that damage. If you have the Ice Golem, use him as a blocker like I do right here, and then clean up the back troops with the Mega Mini. Right there, I'm just going to fireball. I had my Hog left over because I knew the game was winding down. I just needed to clear the card, maybe make him change a couple of his offensive troops and finish him off with the zap. Real easy win against the RG there. That's kind of how you have to play RG Furnace game is if you can't get your Elite Barbs in, definitely use your Hog. Don't want to share it. We want to watch it. Use your Hog and Fireball. So that's what you kind of want to do on those RG decks. So here we're going to see another similar deck to mine. He's got the Mega Mini. He's got the Ice Spirit. So I like to split my archers. It gives me a taste of what he might do. He piled up his archers and that tombstone right next to his tower. That's 3 elixir for the tombstone, 3 for the archers, and tower damage. For a 4 elixir fireball, you have to make those decisions. That's a good trade for me, especially in this deck. You can't hold on to your fireballs, guys. It's a card. It's a 4-cost card, but if you're going to get a lot of damage, you need to do it. Right there, that Ice Spirit would have ruined my day, so I used the fireball to hit 5 of his troops at the same time, right? My Hog goes over his tombstone, so I zap. As his troops walk up, of course, I'm going to block them with my Ice Golem. And I kind of wait. I'm not going to overplay my hand. Let that elixir build up. As it builds up, I'm still kind of waiting because I know what he's going to come with. So I delay in, and then I zap, set in my Elite Barbs up front. Now I'm blocking them with that Ice Golem, and I actually didn't really get that much damage there, but I'm able to throw out a fireball, get some damage, and get rid of it. I thought I could get a hit in with my Hog right there. I couldn't, so it's time to play the block game again. His Hog's coming. I screw up and miss with my cannon, so it's just time to let that fireball fly for the win, and that's what you got to do. Sometimes I miss my cannon spots, but you still got to clean up the win. So we got the win there. Not a biggie. We're still learning this deck. So, man, this win is going to be... This one feels good, man. Feels good, man. So, game starts off at normal. You don't know what to do. I got my archers there, so I'm probably going to start with a split archer. But then I see him send all his minions on one side, so I'm just kind of holding it. Boom. As soon as I see his Golem comes down, that's 3 for the Mega, or for the minis, and a lot for the Golem, so I'm just going to throw in my Elite Barbs on one side. He tries coming back door with that P.E.K.K.A. No, sir. Got my cannon, got my Mega Mini to support, and archers to clean up that P.E.K.K.A. So now it's time. I'm still waiting. I'm waiting to see what he's going to do, and I realize he was pissed off and quit. So you rush the tower. You take home the W. Thank you. Good game, sir. Sometimes if you can demoralize them right away, man, that's going to be your best bet. Sometimes Clash gifts you, oh man, they give you maybe a level 8 opponent or something. You get a gift, guys, take it. Whoops, we're back. A little technical difficulties there, guys. So now he brings in his Mega Mini off the bat. I throw mine down, but I don't want it to get eaten up, so I threw in my Ice Golem. Kind of just had to launch the Fireball there and zap him out. I knew I was behind the elixir count, but I still got the Mega Mini pushing. I stopped his push completely, so I'm just going to rebuild here. All right, I know to myself, he's using the giant musketeer Mega Mini decks. I don't know what his other cards are going to be. I'm assuming he's going to have maybe some Skellies, maybe a Tombstone. Elite Barbs seem to be a favorite, and maybe even a Bowler. You know, you got to start pushing out their cards, see what he has. All right, so 2 more of his cards we know. He's got the Ice Golem and he's got a Fireball, right? So now he sends in his Elite Barbs. I'm just going to simply distract him with my Ice Golem, clean up with the Mega Mini, and start my push. And I'm going to get some good damage on that tower. Now what's going to happen? All right, I need to distract him, so I put in my Ice Golem. He takes the brunt of the damage, and I think about it, and yeah, let's go ahead and rush. He throws out his Ice Golem and Fireballs. Good play by him, but I'm about to get one more swipe on the tower, and he wasted a lot of elixir there. So he puts down a pump. I like fireballing the pump early on in the game. In the last minute, wasting 4 elixir when I can use it just like that, better for me because I zap out his muskie and my hog finishes it off. Now I know he's going to come strong, so I need to get my Ice Golem there to block everything. Cannon puts out a lot of damage, so it's going to support. There's 13 seconds left. I figure if I push my hog on the left side, he'll just defend it instead of worrying about pushing. He still pushes, but I got the defense there. So he gives me the cry face. It's fine, buddy. I feel for you. So we're learning this deck. We're getting better. Let's check it out again. We're going to bust through this as fast as I can, and I'll try to talk through the whole thing. So comes up to the front. I'm going to split my archers. It's a good move by me. He's got a splash damage there. I tried getting my Ice Golem in front. And what's he using? He's using a Rage and Elite Barb. All right. Well, I guess I'll just have to be careful. 4 damage Fireball, and I'm getting his whole minions and everything, not a problem. But on that time, I take my chance to push over on the left lane. So here comes my archers, taking down his Valk there, Fireball his stuff again, zap his Skellies. You know, this is going to be game over. I can already feel it. He just uses the same thing over and over again. So that's the thing, guys. Once you figure out a person's pattern, get ready with your defense. You know what they're going to do. And don't be that guy that uses the same pattern every time. Mix it up a little. There was a loss against a Bowler. I shouldn't have lost. That loss against the Giant, I made a bad move and should have lost. So I started getting worried at that point. And what do I see coming up next? The Golem drag deck with lightning. It used to give me a lot of trouble. Right out the gate, I didn't have an awesome move to make, so I kind of just threw my Ice Golem and my hog down to see if I could get a reaction and maybe get some damage. I saw he overplayed right there, so I threw my Elite Barbs directly behind him with my zap ready. If you're gonna throw your Elite Barbs, which are only 2 troops, they will get destroyed by Skellies. So make sure you got your zap. Don't just leave them out there to dry, which I'll do every once in a while, but don't do that. So I threw my Ice Golem out to distract him. He throws in a couple lightnings, you know, and he's pushing back and forth. He's actually doing well. He'll push one side, push the other side, keeps you on your toes. You need to do that. That cannon should have stopped his Golem. It didn't, but this is where it got so close, guys. He had 63 hit points left on my tower. 63. I thought this was it. I thought my run was over prematurely, and somehow I just threw my Elite Barbs and I threw my Fireball down and I took his tower before he could take those last 63 points. And that's what you got to do. And then we're going to go in for some more 3 crowns. You know, I'm in a groove. I just lost a game I should have won, and then I won a game I should have lost. And so here it's time to start pushing those Elite Barbs. His Giant comes on one side. I don't have time to sit there and wait. So what do? I go ahead and I push the other side immediately with Elite Barbs. He won't stop my troops. The only troop he has is Giant. Bad move, because it pushes my troops back far enough to get my Elite Barbs down and behind here. And then I just go in with my hog for just, I'm thinking maybe if I can distract him on the left with my hog, I can take the tower. And I do. Guys, you got to make those moves. You got to know how much elixir they have, how much they spend. You know, giant 5 elixir. All right, they only got 5 left. So what can you do in that? The deck that this has trouble with, guys, is when you run into these chip decks. And I know a bunch of people have said it before. This was a really bad move by me right here. He threw that barrel, but I didn't have anything stop it. I didn't want to waste 4 for the fireball or 6 for that or whatever. So right here, I'm playing loose. I'm playing a little bit desperation, but I'm going to get some damage in, I think. All right, I got 1 hit on one tower. I got hit on the other tower. I'm looking good. So he throws in that gob barrel. I know he just spent a lot, so I just zap it. No sense in not zapping it. I think he's overspent on elixir. So right now I'm going to throw in both my archers, split them, and I'm thinking right now he might be full, but he might be waiting for me. He throws that whiz tower in the back, so I know he's trying to push a big troop together or get a combo going. So I get in my ice golem and I get in my fireball all at the same time. My hog, my fireball. I zapped out. I don't know if I should have spent my zap on that. Thinking about it, I was in the heat of the moment. Then I'm thinking, man, if he's got a gob barrel right now, let me count how many cards he just put down. So he didn't. He came in with the hog, and I had a cannon ready. That cannon's clutch. I put them archers in the back. Perfect. Takes the hog down right before he can get to there, even with those fire spirits. So I start pushing in with my ice golem again, hoping if he puts anything, it's going to focus on the ice golem and give my troops time to push up. He comes with his barrel. I already had my Mega Mini waiting in the back and a quick set for my Elite Barbs to push, right? My Barb gets up there. One follows the ice golem. But what am I going to do? I'm going to combo up now with the hog, and I know that tower is toast. So now it's time to play defense. Let the game ride out. You know, I'm in 45 seconds. Not really worth pushing another tower. And this is more ladder play. You know, I don't like fully pushing another tower when they barely got one down, because if they tie it up and I can't get that next tower down in 1 minute, I'm screwed. On this one, I saw he was fairly bad player. And I figured if I push my hog on the other lane, I could get him distracted a few times, and it worked. It worked. So here's a couple other fancy decks. We'll watch this one real quick. Well, why not? Let's bust out all 12 wins. So he's rolling with the Elite Barbs and the Tombstone. This is a very popular deck. He split them. I'm able to congregate them back in the middle. And I just pushed my Elite Barbs, but I did so to get in front of my Mega Mini. And I also knew I had my zap handy, right? So don't push your Elite Barbs if you don't have that zap handy. So always make sure you got that combo when you're going in. He's distracted on one side. I'm going to come in with my hog. Didn't really get much payoff there, but not a problem because I'm got my Elite Barbs ready. I knew he was probably going to come in with Barbs. I set that fireball kind of catty corner so I could hit the archers and his Barbs. If I'm going to throw down something to rush a tower, I'm probably going to have my fireball ready to rip, or at a minimum, have a zap ready to go. So right there, I fireball his Elite Barbs coming in with that cannon. It cleans up his push, no problem. And now I'm just kind of sitting on elixir, playing a little defense. Fireball his Barbs again, and he's trying to fireball back, but there's seconds to go. I know the game's over. It's just time to keep on playing defense. So that's what happens, and that's the win. This deck is really, I mean, it's my style. You got to push quick and get an attack in, and then just keep ripping and roaring. And here's decks cleaning up tournaments right now, right? Graveyard decks. So what do you do with the graveyard? You just beat it. So here you go. Same deck. I got my archers ready to rip. All right, go ahead and split them. He split his Barbs. Is this the deck we just watched? No, he just did the same thing. So I put put my ice golem in the middle to get him, and now here's my chance to push back. As you guys notice, I don't go hard in the beginning. Wait for them to come, overexpend themselves while defending, and then push. So like I said, if I'm throwing my hog down, I am going to have a fireball ready to go. And there's an awesome move. I don't know if you just saw it, but he had his elite barbs coming. I didn't have a lot to spend for defense right there, but what I did have was my ice golem that I could set in the middle and walk over to the other lane while his barbs try to chase it and get killed. So I wasn't expecting this graveyard here. And I can see he's pretty much panicking because I set my troops down. I used my cannon in the back as a little defense. And then there you go. It cleaned up the graveyard. He accidentally set off my king tower trying to kill my troops. And I'm getting great damage. For me, I know it's just time to play defense, guys. Simple defense time. I get my cannon out killing things. I got my Mega Mini in the back. It's not always a good option to throw your Mega Mini there because they will fireball it, but he's so far in the hole right now, I'm not worried. So a lot of people like walking their ice golem around the tower. Yes, that's good. Cannons also shoot fast. So I like putting that there. Make sure you don't put your troops and cannon or whatever in the same area around your tower to take a fireball. You don't want to do that, but we weren't worried about that game. He gone. You got your giant. Let's go. Oh, win 12. This is by far the most stressful one. So I'm sitting there, 11 wins in the bag, and I'm like, man, don't blow this cast. You lost some games you shouldn't have. You want that 12. Right here, he comes down with his elixir collector. I just put my ice golem in the back because I didn't know. You have to feel out the player, right? He throws down his elixir collector. I love fireballing elixir collectors in the beginning. If they pump up, destroy it in the beginning. Because the beginning, both players are feeling out each other. Don't always fireball it with like 30 seconds left. So I take his first push, and I've been sitting full on elixir, and I know he just pushed big, and he put down his giant. So I try sneaking in my barbs before his giant can get it even next to the tower. But he threw down elite barbs. Fine. I had my my archers clean up his elite barbs from behind. This cannon should easily distract while my Mega Mini cleans up. They take down the giant. My Mega Mini and his are going to die. And then I just have an archer pushing. So what am I going to do? Let's go with the hog. I knew he just threw down that ice golem and Mega Mini out of desperation behind his giant. So I know he's not going to have 6 elixir ready to rip. So get in your hog. Now right here, I want to play my elite barbs. But I know he has his elite barb, so I'm going to see if he plays his elixir collector, right? Because I know he wants to get that out. That elixir collector's 6. Elite barbs are 6. He won't have time. Oh, but what a genius move. He does the same thing I was talking about. He distracted. Totally forgot he was playing the ice golem. Pulled my elite barbs out of the way, and that was their push. So I thought I was going to catch him snoozing because you can't spend 12 elixir. I didn't. So I push up my ice golem, push up my Mega Mini, and I'm just sitting on this deck. Builds elixir so fast, so why not spend 4, take his archers out, and hit his tower? Because by the time his troops push up, I know he's going to get his full complement down. Elite barbs, Mega Minis, archers. But that's fine because I'm going to cycle fully around, get my cannon, get everything blocking, and wow, I got another Mega Mini ready to roll. So he gets down a giant. I'm going to pull his giant even further away and then get my ice golem down, get my my archers to clean up, and I take a few hits right there. That hurt a bit, and it's making it more interesting. And he does it again. Man, he distracted again. Some good moves. But I'm thinking, not too shabby. I got a fireball in. This Mega Mini's not going to make it. And I just killed his elixir pump. He spent 6 distracting and still took damage. I get my ice golem in. I start pulling the giant towards my cannon. I set up troops on the other side to take out whatever the giant's tanking for. And now it's off to the races again. And what does he do? But I got my fireball. There you go. So my fireball takes out his elite barbs, hurts that tower. And now all he's pushing with archers. And my deck's almost full again. I'm going to distract. Mega Mini to the right. And screw it. Let's go hog to the tower. Nope. I'm waiting. Archers, I'm waiting for his push. Man, I wasted so much elixir on this thinking he's building as fast as I am. There you go. I get a fireball on his archers. I get him on the barbs, elite barbs. I really thought I was going to hit his Mega Mini down too, but it took a few extra shots to shoot. And now it's time to push my hog again. No matter what he throws, I'm going to zap it or fireball it, because I need to get that hits in. And the fireball, if you send it as your hog's about to hit the tower, if there's putting stuff in front of the tower to block you, and you know this is happening, like elite barbs, mega minis, that fireball pushes them away for a second. So your hog's going to get double the hits in, or an extra hit. And that's what happens. I knew I just needed that damage. So lessons, right? The same trick's not going to always work. My elite barb rush worked on some people. Other people were ready for it. The hog push with your ice golem in front will work on some people. Some people it won't. But what always works is fireballing your own hog. It works. So there's the 12 wins, guys. I hope that was quick, and I hope you learned a little bit. Ask me questions if you got them. Lots of new videos coming out. I'm about to do a video on my hog we just got. Oh, hey, there's a legendary chest finish opening, so let's see. Oh, we got a nice wizard. Another card I never use. So there you go. We got a nice wizard. If you guys tell me what you like to see. I mean, I know silly clickbait videos are popular, or let's open all these chest videos. Not dogging people that doing it, but you know me, I'm cast, I'm strategy. So tell me what you guys like. Tell me what you want to see. I'm going to do a video on pushing only Arena 1 troops all the way up. Maybe give you some thoughts on basic troop functions and how they work. We're almost at level 12. I'm kind of just not going to it right now. I have the gold to upgrade something else to push me there. But it is fun crushing people as a level 11 right now. So we've been sitting in the top 200 all week. I hope we finish there. I appreciate it, guys. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys next time.